hello. So, this is new. This is new. I'm not new to going live, by the way, but this is new for me. So, I'll just wait and see how many people I've reached because obviously I forgot to tell you I was going live because that's the way I roll. I forgot. So, we'll just see who's in today, who's made it. So, EB, exciting. Hi, Karen. Hello. So, you've made it. Brilliant. And Pat's here as well. Hi, also Karen. And I've obviously made it. Is it Delene? Is it Delene? Delene's here too. And Susie's here. Hi, Karen, watching from New Zealand. That's why I'm on about 11 o'clock at night. It's 11 o'clock at night here in Scotland. And I thought I need to make it a time for all my soul family to get here. And I think it's Addy. Hi, Karen from New Zealand. Hello. And who else is who's in the building? Hello from Auckland. Hi, Maggie. And is it Toya? Tawa? Oh, sorry if I butchered your name. Ooh, exciting morning, Karen. I only just saw it pop up. Yeah, maybe me. I meant to do it earlier, but I've been really, really busy today. And when it was in my head, I thought, oh, I need to do that. But maybe me, I forgot. So, yep. Sitting in my garden with the cat. With my cat. Is that... what's the cat's name? Mine's might make an appearance. I've left the door open because if I don't leave the door open, then the cat headbutts and just about knocks herself out. So you're from Auckland too? Good. So I kind of thought that like the people from New Zealand would come in, so that's why I kind of made it just now. So is it Sunday? Is it Sunday there? I think it might be. Hello from New Zealand. So is it Neeks? Neeks Nature. Brilliant. I love these names. And Min's here too. Hi, Karen. 10 a.m. Brilliant. That's what I thought. Somebody actually messaged me because me and time zones is just not on. But so thank you very much for letting me know the time difference. And Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny. Hello from Auckland. Yep, New Zealand too. And is this Mark? Hi, Karen from Nelson, New Zealand. Brilliant. Brilliant. Tawa. Brilliant. I like that name. I like that. Jocelyn's here too. Hello from Hastings, New Zealand. Brilliant. It's like a Kiwi reunion. Yeah. I think I'm just going to say hello to other people, and then I'll tell. So we'll have a discussion. What we want, say when we go live. So Evie, she is Italian. My cannot pronounce. Juno. All right, good. Mine's is Scottish. So a little like me. Kylie. Another Kiwi here from New Zealand. It is Saturday, 10 a.m. Oh, it's Saturday. Right, because it's Friday here. I thought it was Saturday all day today. I usually go over on a Saturday and just have a wee kind of lunch with a wee catch up with one of my friend, my neighbours. I nearly went there the day and they were like, Karen, it's Friday. So Victoria's in as well. Hello, I'm also Kiwi. Love what you're doing for us. Oh, no, that's okay. I'll tell you what happened. I kind of meditated and I thought it was as if every other country was getting, looked after and everything. And we in Scotland we're all right just now, so the tap tyrant as we call it. And I meditated and I kind of asked and I saw New Zealand. And it was as if he were in darkness. And I thought, how am I going to bring light to the people of New Zealand? What can I do to help? And, it's my spirit guide. It's Thomas, is my spirit guide. And he says, it was as if he had almost lost hope. And I thought, right, well, I need to kind of maybe get, like, so we can all get together, because what we need to do is bring fun back, and actually laugh, so that's how I came here, So who else is in? Angela. Hi, Karen from Alexandra, New Zealand. Good. Oh, there's Kirks. Kirks has actually stayed up. Hiya, everyone from Scotland. Yeah, Kirks is in Scotland, and she's actually, I think, Kirks is near me. So, small world, right enough. It is a small world. We're all Kiwis here. Yeah, I thought it was. It has been and still is tough. Did you hear about the latest news about Jacinda? I've got it here because I don't know, obviously, if you have heard about the. Hold on, let's just see a wee minute. About the High Court case, the ruling that she'd acted unlawfully. Have you heard about that? Because I don't know if you are getting the news over there, So what I want to do is, I want suggestions on what we can do when we go live, right? Because you're as much as part of the show as I will be. I'm just the host. I'm just the host. We love news about Jacinda. Not heard that, right? Hold on a wee minute then, if you've not heard that, because I didn't think you would have. Right, so before we do that, let me share the screen, see if I can share it, right? Because I thought you might not have heard about it. New Zealand. Right, this was in the Daily Mail, right? So, New Zealand's High Court rules country's first lockdown was unlawful, with the people wrongly forced to stay at home for 9 days. New Zealand's lockdown measures from March 26th to April the 3rd, partially illegal. Illegal. So the 9 days, in fact, I'll post it up, right? I'll post it up somewhere. I've got my website, so it's just, I didn't think you would have heard that, right? So, obviously, because part of my training, what I went to university for, was media. So I thought, if you've not seen that, then I kind of had got it there so that we could talk about it. If you've not seen it, if I see anything about New Zealand, because I think somebody had posted in my comments section on, I think it was the latest video, that the media's run, I mean, the media's run over here by, others. So if I see something that's particular interest, like, so that you would be interested in, especially if it's them getting their comeuppance and you don't know, what I'll do is I'll take a note of it, and I'll need to try and post it somewhere on. I mean, I've got my iftheysayso.org website as well. That's more kind of journalism stuff that I post on that. So I'll post it there, and you can, just so that you're up to date. Okay, I've got two, Victoria. I've got my website for my psychic stuff is the thirdeye.org. And that's where, if you want readings and that's, like I say, that's where you'll get that. And then my journalism website is iftheysayso.org, because I've got two, because I didn't want to kind of get mixed up, because it wouldn't take long for me to get mixed up. Anyway, so there you go. So, Kirks, what are you saying? Is Alex Salmond going to get the truth out about the journalist being jailed for telling the truth about AS court case? The witness lied and wouldn't even. I've not done one on Alex. That would be an idea, actually, to do a wee reading into Alex. Right, so hold on, let me just get this. I mean, the corruption is just knows no bounds, So what are we thinking? What are we? Because first and foremost, we're going to raise the vibration. of, what's going on. And I feel as if we need to make these lives fun as well, just so that we're kind of, like having a laugh as well, because everything's so depressing. Yeah, that is it. That is. I was calling out the journalist today, Dan Wooten. So I was calling him out today. I'm waiting the police come out my door. Yep, if they say so, that's what it's called. So who else is it? Is that Cattison one? Yeah, saw just under a day or two ago, but then I do not listen. Neither do I. I force myself to listen to see what rubbish you're coming out with. No bother. No bother. So Anne. Oh, there's Anne. Here's Anne. Hi, just jumped on from the top of the house. Anne Rogers. Here's Anne coming. I know another Anne as well. Yep, she's in Australia though. Hi, New Zealand. Kylie. Pix. What are you saying? Yeah, we Jimmy Cranky out. So we will be clicking our heels and getting forced to salute. Well, I know what I'm putting in my ballot paper. None of the above represent my views. Seemingly, it's got to be counted. Well, it's got. I don't know if it's to be counted, but it gets looked at. So, what we're thinking? Are we? Anybody want? Like really wanting to know about, like say next reading or something. Obviously, because I want to kind of do one for this week for New Zealand. So have a wee think about it. Have a wee think. There's Helen. Hi, Helen. Love your videos. Thank you for your positive and hopeful guidance. Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. I just feel as if we need to. Life's too short as well. And, one thing that we can't do is just lie down to these people. We really can't. They've got it all their own way. And, we've let it. Blindsided, I think. Blindsided. We were all blindsided, so we were. So, so I've got my book here. My book. So I've got a few things that I want to cover. Right, somebody said about Matt King. Is that the new party? Because I've got him down. Who else? What else was it? Yeah, the new party, Matt King, I think it was. And I was going to get into. The Disney, because I think there's a clear out coming for Disney. I really do. So I feel as if there's been a shift in energy, a real shift, because things are coming out, and I mean they're seeping out even over in Scotland and the rest of the UK, and it's about the moving. Obviously, I've got to watch what I'm saying on YouTube, right? But it's moving those people from hospital into care homes. They're all in trouble now for that. But what angers me is nothing seems to be getting done. They seem to be just, oh, this is terrible. This is, and then they move on. So I think there has to be consequences. But my worry is, the rest of the people who have just taken this. I'm like, where's your critical thinking skills? They've been so dulled down by propaganda nonsense, the baloney dressed up as fact, that I think some don't have the skills now for critical thinking at all. So what are you saying, Maggie? Kiwi should join Voices for Freedom. Jabbed or not, they keep us informed of the court cases against Sunday. There you go. For those of who maybe not know that, see, this is. I think this would be good for just getting information out as well. I mean, I'll still be doing some wee readings and that online. This is just like kind of number one to see if this worked, and number two, just to give you a voice as well. And get your voice heard. Hi, Nanny. Hi from Auckland, New Zealand. New Zealanders love your readings. Oh, thanks very much. Please keep up the good work. Give us hope. I think that's what we have to keep up, hope. I mean, if we've not got hope, we've not got anything. And just, I've been talking to my neighbours. I've got to calm myself down before, and then just say, what do you think? See if you can give them an opening of, what do you think? What do you think of this? I mean, we've got Partygate just now over in the UK, and I'm like, what do you think of Partygate? And then you open up the conversation, and it's a case of, well, while I was, locked down, I couldn't say goodbye to my loved ones, and I'll say, well, I can take that, and I know why you're angry, and then I open it up with, okay, you're angry, and I can understand that, but this was supposed to have been the deadliest thing since deadly things began, yet the very people who had all the knowledge, supposedly, all the knowledge, and you had to follow the signs and everything else that you were to follow, weren't following their own rules. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why they didn't follow their own rules. And to me, ask yourself, just how deadly was this? How deadly was it? And then, I mean, see when you ask them that and you actually talk to it, I could actually see the light getting switched on in their brain as if, hey, hold on a minute, you've got a point. Some people you will never open, their mind is closed, and it's a shame. It really is a shame, but it's just what we've got to do. It's going to be a long slog, but at least there's light at the end of the tunnel. When I did my reading at first for New Zealand, it was as if you were in complete darkness. When I've done reading and I've got remote view, it's as if the light is coming back into New Zealand, which is good, but it's taken them a lot longer than I thought it would, and even they thought it would, because, they've done a number. They've done a number in us as well, because we trusted Nicola Sturgeon. We trusted her. And you obviously trusted Cindy, No call her Cinderella, because Cinderella was good, She might be the wicked witch of the West. Right, so there's one. Right, so Maggie, you want to know if really is okay, I've marked that down for you. So wait a minute, because I think some questions were coming in. There's Claire. Hi, Claire. Hi, also from New Zealand. Thank you for these wonderful readings. Oh no, I'm glad to help. And I'm glad that you're getting something out of it. I just thought as well, it gives you something to focus on instead of focusing on what's going on. That would drive me insane. So who else is in? Kirk's Thanks, Kirk's there. Help them get the readings out there. Thanks very much, Kylie. Thank you so much for your work you're doing for us in New Zealand and for everything else you do. Oh no, I'm happy to do it. And in fact, I'm honoured to do it. This is an honour. Will there be a politician that stands up for Kiwis' rights are not corrupt? Right, okay. Okay, I've got that one down, Mark. Here's Matt. Hi, Matt. Thanks from Australia. No, it's okay. It's okay. I think we just all need to work together to get the vibration up. The vibration's very, very well. It's coming up, and I mean the Earth's vibration. Claire. Hi, Claire. I've been hearing that we've had a lull. That may they are going to ramp up the crap. Can you see? Right, are they going to ramp it up again? Do you know that's happening in UK? So that was in my mind. Okay, I've marked that down for you, Claire. What about the new National Nation Party? Is that Matt King's party, or is this another one? The New Nation Party. I mean, because what you don't want is the new party same as the old. Only it's got a new name. eBay. Things seem to have got stuck out there. Oh, sorry, out here, traffic light at orange. Good grief. Did you have the traffic light system? Because that's what we had in Scotland. She brought in the traffic light system. That's what we had. New Zealanders look up spirituality with Jay. She has done a reading. Oh, on my. All right, okay, I'll do that. EB in the mask, the poor kids having to wear them to school every day. It's disgusting. We've just in Scotland, ours has just went. Oh, she held on like grim death, so she did. Oh, she didn't relinquish that. We ended up most. I wouldn't say the restrictions are totally away because I'm keeping an eye on what's getting put through Parliament over here. And some of them are being hid in the new legislation that's coming through. So you need to keep an eye on that as well. So we'll have a look at that anyway. There was a school children in somewhere in America. The whole school walked out because of the masks. Walked out, and they were getting applauded from the parents. And I thought, you should have been in there walking the children out of school. That's what they should have been. Okay, you are spot on. People are dumbed down and wait to be told by the government on how they're like. Do you know that's exactly that? That's similar to what's happening here. They sit there and wait for the government to tell them how to tie their shoes. That's how bad we've got. You know. I seen that today. I seen that and finding the plastic particles from the mask being found in lungs. It's disgusting. I noticed that article today. It's not that nothing that we didn't know and warn against. And I thought, see if you would just have, listen to what we were saying. Oh, thank you. Liked and subscribed. Thanks very much. I think it is New Zealand. It's like a New Zealand reunion. Bring your own booze. Well, so many New Zealanders here love to y'all. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to do it. I'm going to be doing another one, but it's at 8 o'clock. For others, this is the time for New Zealand and Australia, because I thought if you could get together and have a place to talk, and discuss, then number one, you'll know you're not alone, and at least we'll be doing something. I had done a wee live show tonight. It's not for psychic, it's for the media. And I had said we need to get proactive now, not reactive. We need to get proactive and see how we're going to. I know it's difficult in New Zealand just now because you really are under the jackboot, but that's what we need to do. We need to find ways to get these people out, you know. Liz, hi Karen, thank you so much for your readings. You've been doing no. I'm thanking you for coming in and reading them, and I hope they're helping. I really do hope they're helping you. Right. There is also an Australian tarot reader, Pauline from Evolve 5D, that did a reading on Matt King. It was a very positive one. Right. So Matt King, I'll maybe try and do that one tomorrow then, and we'll see what I get as well. Oh, there's Julie from Australia. Hi, Karen. Hi, Julie. You sounded like Rab Nesbitt then, Karen. It's an honour, seriously, though. You're brilliant. Oh, thanks very much. See, my accent is a mixture of... See, I was born in just outside Glasgow, right? I was born in Glasgow, right? And then when I was about... You'll get my... it's easy fast. You'll get my life story now. And I moved to South Lanarkshire, which is just outside Glasgow, so I've got a mixture. And we say words that we know the meaning of, and Kirks would probably tell you. And then we forget that other people don't know the meaning of these words. You know, like we say "thingway" a lot. You know, oh, I'm just going up to get thingway. People watching will be like, what? What is he talking about? And then other people will know what thingway means. You know. I always look forward to your readings, Karen. Really helps get through this hard time. You see, that's why I done it, and that's why I thought if we go live, you know, or maybe a Friday, well, maybe do more when I get a wee bit more time. But I thought, when's the best time for New Zealand? Because I just felt that you were getting left behind. You know, everybody was reading for everybody else, and I thought, and then when I meditated over it, and then I done that remote view, and I thought, geez, you know, so if we can provide a place for to come and just hang out, have a laugh, and you know, just forget for a few minutes, because I think that helps you. You know, it helps lift your spirits, and then you think, right, okay, you know, at least I've got this to look forward to, you know, and then we'll see how we can take it and what we can get done. I mean, this is only us kind of chatting and getting to know one another, and then obviously next week, you know, like to pull some cards and have a laugh and just try and forget for a few, at least for an hour. I try to do about an hour and a half. I think that's sort of about what you could stand a year and a half, which you know what I mean, you know. What are you saying, Kirk? 33 in chat. Only 11 thumbs. Smash that. Look, no, it's okay. Just, it's fine as long as you're here. As long as you're here. But no, that's nice. That's nice as well. Right, so it's Matt King. It's Democracy New Zealand. Not all right. So that's Democracy, right? Okay, so Matt King. Right, thanks. Thanks for that. Oh, there's Manny. Hi, Manny. Can the United States Party be trusted? Right, that's another one. Do you know, see, I'm writing that. I'm getting yes, as long as they're not compromised. They're coming in. This is. I've not even get cards out. This is the download that's coming for this question, right? Yes, they're going in with the best of intentions. but as long as they're not compromised. That was the answer I got, but I'll delve into it more, okay? Well, yeah, we did. Oh, traffic light system. Did you know you guys had the traffic light? Yeah. See, that's why, it's like the tartan tiring and, Sundays, they were like the best of pals, so they were. Liz, laugh at what the big wigs in the media reports that raises the vibrations. In Australia, big campaign to vote the major parties last. Do you know, Kirk's will maybe tell you as well, we had the census forum in Scotland, and a quarter of Scots have told her to go and do it, and go and do one with her census forum. So she came back, and now it's. See, I haven't read the article because I was too busy laughing at the headline. Was we didn't fill in the I didn't fill in the census form. I'm waiting in the, coming in my door. But it's a case of it was Ukraine. It was because of Ukraine that the Scots didn't fill in. Like seriously, how? Are you kidding me? I mean, no talk rubbish. I mean, she's not even talking rubbish. She's talking utter rubbish. They can't get their head around it. 700,000 people in Scotland told her to go and get stuffed. On my chat show on Thursday last night, I went through that census forum with my audience, and I read the questions out, and we had an absolute ball with them because they were fun. Well, some of them were funny, but they were very intrusive. They wanted to know what kind of what kind of heating you had in your home. What kind of heat? What seriously? What do you want to know that for? At one point, I says it was a wonder they weren't asking what colour of drawers you were wearing. That's how intrusive they had. Some of it, I thought that sounds very much like they're asking about climate change. That's them wanting to know. They ask about the cars. I says that's because to me they want to get the cars off the road. They want to get the cars off the road, so they do. They'll be driving their cars, but we'll not be. We've not to drive cars. No, that's not for us. That's for them. What are you saying, Kirks? The next plan, yes, is starvation through inflation and burning down food manufacturing factories. It has already started in the US. Await a chicken flu, so they need to kill livestock to suit the vegan agenda. I think that one of them burnt down or something happened in, I think it was England. They tell you what they're going to do. If you want to know what the agenda is, just watch The Simpsons. Yes, I will. Yeah, I'm going to be looking into to see what I can find for May onwards. And then I'll probably do, like last year I done June to December. And then I look back just before Christmas and I thought, wow, sometimes I can be slightly off, but mostly I could pinpoint. There was one in November where, things couldn't, like say, wouldn't be. I think it had said, oh no, the restrictions and that are going to be lifted, and I had said they were trying. It was as if they were trying to pinpoint something, and this was for outer space, right? But it was like not a missile as such, like a laser kind of thing that I had seen, and they were trying to pinpoint it to get it away, and then I had got the kind of right. That's it away now. Things should start to ease off in some countries, but it's easing off. I don't trust them at all. I mean, and I'm saying, right, what's the next? And like so some people are kind of saying, the big, WW3 coming, but I don't see that. I see as they're going to bring in their climate change agenda. Yes, I'm keeping an eye on what's going on over there, but I don't see that escalating. I don't, and like say when it gets, I do see it escalating. I'll let you know, but right now it's like say they're desperate to bring in the climate change. You know, it's another party. They have good policies. Yep. I'll need to look into. I keep my eye on Australia because Australia, well, Melbourne is especially. I'm keeping an eye on Canada just now as well because parts of Canada, I think it's Ottawa, keeping an eye on that too. You know, did you know? Do you know one thing that I found that I thought, well, wait a minute here, because it was like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, obviously the UK, and I thought, what have all those countries got in common? Whether they're still in the Commonwealth or not, they all had they were all Commonwealth countries. I said, so what? I'm no royalist. I always call her the relic that's in the palace. I thought, what's she up to? What's the relic that's in the palace up to? You know? Yeah, I'm getting a mixed. I'm getting it mixed, EB, because Kirk's the food plants being burnt down is odd. Some say I'm getting it's a mixture. It's a mixture. It's a mixture of good and the good versus the evil side. You know, good supplies. Good apples go bad when put with rotten ones. Our corrupt government systems need to go. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. We need a new system. A system whereby we are in control and we question them. Not sitting there, getting questioned by their peers. I think it should be the public that's questioning them. And I think we should have a mechanism whereby we say, you're not getting any more tax from us until you start representing the people. You see, in UK, and I don't know, it might be even over in Australia and New Zealand and possibly Canada, our politicians do not take an oath. They don't swear an oath to the people. They swear an oath to the relic that's in the palace and her family. That to me is, they don't serve us. They never have. Hi, Tanya. Can you see when the mainstream media in New Zealand is going to finally expose and start telling the truth? Thank you. So the mainstream media, right? Mainstream media as well. Okay. As I said, if I find out anything that I think it might be suppressed in your country, I'll let you know. Okay. Ew. Oh my God, just seen this, Karen. Love from New Zealand. This is my fault because me being me, I meant to give you plenty of notice, but time got away from me as usual. So apologies. I'll let you know in plenty of time the next time. Here's Kirsty. Finally made a live. Love your readings. This is the first live I've done, Kirsty. This is the first one. So hopefully I'm going to make it that, like it'll be 11 o'clock my time and I think it's like 10ish over there, so that, when it'll be, and try and stick I'll be able to stick to that time because there's no way I'll be gallivanting at 11 o'clock at night unless I'm partying somewhere. So anyway, yep, that's what I decided to do. Because I feel as if you need a lot of help and a lot of just to have a blether, as we say in Scotland, and just to kind of get your mind off of what the hell's going on, you know. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Anne's asking, will Mother Earth step in with her ability to drop everyone to one level? You know, Mother Earth. This is what I got. I think I got it in like one of the remote viewings that I do. Like some of my crystal ball. That I think it was the beginning of 2020. Like Mother Earth called out. She put see like an SOS or some sort of to cut for the how do you say off world, those who are not in the world, whatever. See try to say these things without the algorithm kicking in, and that's what it was like mayday because it was getting so bad, the pollution, the general not caring for the earth, and she'd put out an SOS to get it cleaned up. So I think she'll step in, you know. She stepped in before, and it's to get everybody to wake up as well. To wake up, you know. Here's Deb. Hi, Deb. Love to all from Deb from Havelock, North New Zealand. Hi, Deb. I lived in Gartcosh years ago. That's a place I've never been. I've never been to Gartcosh. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we're thrilled to find Karen. Oh, thanks. That's good. That's good. There you go. There's Kimberly. Good morning from sunny Marbla. Maribla. Oh, jeez. Oh, see, one day I'll learn to speak. Do you see EBS happening? The emergency broadcast. I had a vision. Right, I'm glad you asked this, right? I had a vision about the EBS, right? And I remember the vision because it was just, I was sitting in my sister's house and it came over the television. And like my sister and that, but they were always having their phones there, right? And they were, like scrolling their phone and it was everywhere. And then we went on, even when it onto YouTube, it was on YouTube as well. And I thought, does that mean, this is what I was asking my spirit guide, Tomas, and I'm saying, does that mean that EBS is going to be like it's a certain time for people in the west and then people in the east? And I go, yes. So it will happen. It will happen. But I'm not sure when. And do you know what I've seen as well, Kimberly? Oh, here she comes. The tail will be here in a minute. Do you know what else I seen? I seen it as if I was remote viewing and I was standing behind this kind of general. Well, it was in a general's uniform, and they had the plans out. Every time I out the thing, they've always got plans, right? It's as if they don't do anything online because they don't trust it. And they had their plans out, and it was as if the EBS was all ready to go, And it's like, like say what I told you she would be coming. It's like a war, like so we're in a war, we're in a spiritual war, and something had happened and they had to cancel it, and they had to cancel it right away and go and deal. It's as if, they're one step ahead now, but they're still clearing up. I can't get my head around you know, because when they say, oh no, the good guys are in charge, to a certain extent, they've got a hold of some aspects of it. Say this cat's tail, some aspects of it, but they want to make sure they've got everything, and nobody gets away because they don't want them escaping and then coming back. So sometimes it's, they can't, they just physically can't, help what's going on. They're not causing it. They're not causing it. So it's a case of once they get there, once they're comfortable, then they'll move forward. Because what I had got, I says, surely you wouldn't be letting this happen. And they say sometimes there's casualties in war, and that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to say. But why do all that? And then the people, they've got to have the people with them. They've got to have the people with them. That's what I was told. And I thought, well, I can see the point. Why do all that? And then the people are not with you. And then you've not got these people, and they go away for a couple of years, and then they all slink back. And that's what they're frightened of. So they would rather get them all. And that's what they said. It's very, very, and it hurts them to see people kind of suffering and everything. But this is, there's nothing they can do. They've got charge of some areas, but they've not got charge of them all. And I don't, I can just say what I'm getting told, So, but yes, the EBS will be happening when, I don't know. Oh, thanks very much, Karen, you're a treasure. See this cat. I love her to bits, but she's been fed, so she's just looking for attention. That's all she's looking for. So, anything else? Victoria, I feel like Matt King might be the person you were talking about in your last video that is already here, that is going to come and help us. I think they've placed people. They've got people placed, the good guys. But they can't tell who they are because obviously you want them to remain in place. You want them to remain in place. So I can always, like say, some of them betrayed them. I heard, it was all ready to go, was it early, maybe it was late 2020. I'm not sure when, but it was all in place, ready to go. And some of the people that they thought were good and were ready to go weren't. No, they were easily bribed. And so they've got to make doubly sure of before they go, Can you look at the truth behind the waters, please? Let me know what you mean by that, okay? I did a reading on the water, that interview that person done, but if you give me just elaborate a wee bit, that's what I could do, because that would be a worry. That would be a worry, if they got to the water. Are we in New Zealand going to be hit with food and fuel shortages like they are predicting? Right, hold on, I'll mark that down too. Do you know what I'm getting, Min? In some areas. Right, so I just want to make sure though before I say anything else. Right, food and fuel shortages. Right. For New Zealand. Okay. They've been predicting that over here. And see, this is one thing that see when like I'm intuitive and I go with my intuition, and I was buying extra before this even began, and I didn't really know why, and I thought, I'm not that greedy. I mean, why would I need all that? But then I know why. I know, and it was like things that were unperishables. So, whatever they try, right? Whatever they try, they're oh, I wish I could speak. They're stopped. You've got to watch the mainstream media. You've got to watch them, because what they're saying and what they're doing is two entirely different things. Um, unless there's people there that can tell you that the shops are empty, then I'll believe it. But anything I hear for the mainstream media, I don't tend to believe it until I know. But I really try and find somebody that's actually lives there, and I mean, I don't want to go on the phone and say, "Hey, hold on a minute, if you got food over there," But until I know that, but then I'll try and remote view, and when I've tried to remote view, I've kind of got, it's okay just now, but some places it's not, But then I'm thinking, right, what's getting reported and what's not. But it's something to keep an eye on. And then if you can buy extra, like if you can afford the extra, like say for me, geez, oh man, I wouldn't do any harm. I would be more inclined to gather water, because everybody needs water, and these people are crazy enough. And can you look into the Freemason movement? Yeah, I've looked at. Do you know what I see with that? I see tears. I don't mean as in tears. I mean like tears as in top. Like you move in within it. It needs to come down. It needs to come down. But I will look into it. Nanny. We would like to know if Cindy is a female. Well, when I done that reading, it was very much a male energy. Looking like a female, but a male energy. That's what I got. Delene, climate change is next week's crisis. Yeah, I'm convinced the same. I am absolutely convinced the same. That's what they've tried now. Kirk's. I'm one of the ones that didn't do it either. We Nick can stick it. They can mind their own business. A census is about how many in the country. Not exactly. Do you know another thing I'm looking into is the sex survey that they're doing? I'm looking into that, because that's absolutely horrendous. That's just porn that they're pushing onto the children. Some people say food processing fires as something goes into food. Could be. It could be. Because that would tie in with what I got, because it's like the WH versus the BH, it's as if, they're trying to get there before they get taken over. There's what was it? I had got a download the other day there, and it was a lot of shredding going on. A lot of shredding. And I think that was to do with Twitter, before Elon took it over. I'm going to do another reading, because I'm like that with him. As he went over to the good side, or is he still because a lot of things that he's doing, a lot of people who had their accounts banned are back on again. But I thought, I wonder if that's lulling into a false sense of security. So I want to kind of recap on that, because I'm so sinister with them now. I just don't trust any of them. eBay. I saw the Soylent Green film the other day. It is set in 2022. People are eating processed foods made out of humans. Do you know, that wouldn't surprise me. It was nothing would surprise me about these people. Nothing. I haven't, but I've got him marked down because I've seen some of his. I don't want to see when I'm going to read people. I don't want to delve too much into them. I want to kind of find out what they are all about first, and then I'll go and have a wee look. Because it would be easy for me to just go and find out all about this person and then do the reading and say, oh, well, it's this, and this. I don't like to do it that way. And even if you're getting it, like say people who have came for a reading, I tend to say, like say you'll have your 3 questions, but try not to react to them, until, like say, all the cards have been enough kind of gave you your reading. Because it would be easy for me, some people come in and I've got to stop them, right? They come in and they'll tell me, they'll ask the question and then they'll tell me what they want to hear. And I thought, that's sometimes not the case, because it's spirits telling you. And I've got to say, right, hold on a wee second, because it'd be easy. I mean, that would be easy, to take somebody's money and then just tell them what they want to hear, because that to me is dishonest, as if that's just easy. I can just say anything. So I tend to say, like, just let me know, see what spirit has to say, and then if there's anything else, then, But I've got to I tend to go on and on, and then before we know it, I've got like 20-minute readings, about 30, 30 minutes, because I've just, like talk, So, but that's, So, the Queen, right. This is my personal belief, right? I always say what my personal belief is before. This doesn't come from spirit just now, but my personal belief is that she's very ill. I don't see her off the planet. I know some people have got her off the planet. I don't see her. I think she's still here. But I get her as being very, very ill. And I get her as they are trying to, because it's a silver jubilee, kind of, some jubilee, I have no clue. I think they're trying to get by that. And then a few months after that, maybe even weeks, because they'll say, oh, that took it out of her. I think they'll announce that she's no longer here and London Bridge will fall. So I'm thinking, when is the thing? See, this is how royalist I am. I don't even know when the Jubilee, like it's a golden Jubilee or whatever it is. I'm getting something strong in June. And then I don't know if it was, I can't remember who it was asking about this. Was I going to Skye? I cried and I seen like a big funeral. And this was when we were all locked down. And I thought, what am I seeing this big funeral for? And then somebody says, oh, it might be Philip. And I thought it wasn't Philip. It wasn't him. And I had seen, and it was like, like say the horses and the big regalia. And people were in London. They were lining up. And I thought, it'll be any time now. Because they couldn't have her go away when we were in lockdown, because they wouldn't have been able to justify having a big state funeral. So that's what I had seen. Another thing I seen was, it's in one of the predictions, I'm not sure which one. Another one I seen was a young royal is going to pass away. I don't know which one it is. And another thing I'd seen was, I don't think Charles will be king. I think what I got was, and what I saw, he'll be king for a wee while. Like, say, I think it was his uncle or whatever who, the one that married Wallace Simpson. Remember, he abdicated, right? And I think that's what's going to happen. This is what the impression I get. This is when I remote viewed it. It was as if they were having a great big consultation and saying you need to choose. You need to choose. And he chose Camilla. So I think it'll be maybe for a wee while, maybe a couple of months, and we'll have all the regular, the big thing with Charles be king. And I don't think it'll be King Charles. I think he'll pick another name. And then what I saw was the people didn't. It was a case of no, we're not having Camilla as queen. And, it was a case of, right, okay, I'll abdicate. And then it was William. Who the young royal is that that I seen passing, I don't know. But this is a young royal. And that's what I saw for them, But that's what I'm getting around about the Queen. Harry and Meghan, they're together, but they're not. It's as if they're just going through the motions, and it's part of the fall of the royal. The royals are going to fall. That's what I'm getting. They're going to fall because they're not going to be as popular as they once were. People can see through them now, and it's going through the motions of how do we get people to fall out of love with the monarchy. And I thought, well, that would make sense to me. That would make perfect sense. I'm no royalist. I like Diana, I must admit, I liked her. But, and I've channeled Diana a couple of times. And I think one of the first times she was worried about Harry, because that's her son. Was there another one? I can't remember. I think that's all I had done in the Royals, and that's what I had seen. So I think from June onwards, watch out, because another thing I always say, what's coming for Spirit and what's coming for Karen, right? Me using my common sense is they are preparing the way for Charles and Camilla, because the Queen supposedly had, said, say about Camilla being Queen. And I thought that's him preparing the way. And then if it's, when it happens, it's usually, it was usually posted outside Buckingham Palace. Now that's another thing. Why is she never back in Buckingham Palace? Why was she never back there? Because that was her home. I think if she had her way, she would have come up to Balmoral. That's what makes me think, and she would have lived out her days in Balmoral because she loves it up in Scotland. And that's what makes me think that she's very, very ill. And it's just like going through the motions, preparing those, who actually like the monarchy, and, preparing the nation, as they call it. So any time after the Jubilee, I would say that she's, they'll announce it. Queenie, exactly. I call her Betty, and I call her the Relic. Yep, London Bridge. Yep. Geoengineered weather as a weapon. It's also, earthquakes, volcanoes, any kind of, it's any kind of weather manipulation, that's what they're doing. Lovely chatting to you all. I have to go walkies with my puppy. Oh, I'll watch the replay, Karen. No, that's great that you came in. It's great that you came in. Okay. big eclipse tomorrow. Big eclipse tomorrow, maybe London Bridge. Could be. I got a book for my Christmas on astrology, right? And I've been looking at it. See, I'm no astrologer, but I've been looking at it to see where like the houses would fall for my life, for my life. So because it's a good tool to have, but I'm no astrologer, so I wouldn't be able to do it that way. But I've been looking at other astrologers to see. I like that. Is it Nicholas Ashba? Oh, but he's not an astrologer. He does it. He kind of hangs. If I want to know, like, see what's in store for me this month, I go to Nicholas Ashba, and because I like him. I like his readings. I like the way he does things. Oh, fingers, toes, eyeballs, crosses. Yep. Oh, she's back again. The 1st of May. Yep. Yeah. It seems to be between April 15th and May the 1st, which things will come. I noticed that as well. I noticed that too. I had said, when was it towards the end of last year, that things would start to pick up. You wouldn't see it first, but it's working under the like say to get to expose. There's going to be a big expose done where it's coming out, and as we say in Scotland, in dribs and drabs, as in, because I believe that if they let everybody, if they just said it all, like saying spewed it all out like a volcano, right enough, those whose lives are wee cosy lives, they wouldn't be able to cope. And I've got to remind myself when I'm having a tantrum and I'm having a rant, thinking, how can they not see this? That, well, okay, I've got like spirit coming in and telling me. And I thought, and I kind of researched, the media part, and I thought, maybe I'm being too hard on them, And then, like say people calling them the sheep. I used to call them sheep as well, and then I says, oh no, I can't call them sheep because that's an insult to the sheep. I mean, geez, well, even the sheep aren't that, Hi, Louise. Thank you from Auckland, New Zealand. Oh no, you're welcome. As long as like say, I'm not intruding. I'll keep going. The leaders of these countries you mentioned are all young globalist minions. And yes, very much so. Very much so. He needs to get exposed. I kind of looked into him, that, like say, the suggestions you make, I go and look into them. The one that's him. It says you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Well, we'll just see. Okay, we'll just see. I think he should own nothing. And this, another thing that really annoys me is when they say, I call him Billy, Billy Bitch Boy. When he says there's too many people on the planet, and I'll say, well, when are you leaving then? When are you leaving? Okay? You lead by example and you sod off first and take them all with you. They're great at, like say, their suggestions and telling, but not so good at showing, leading by example. Because lead by example and off you go. There you go. Nobody goes to Gargots usually. Are the extra helicopters we hear at night good or bad? Well, that's a good one to ask. Good or bad? Okay. A bad sign is IGN. I've not even asked, is it good sign? It's a good sign. We had see this that puts my mind off. something that happened in Scotland where we were. It was like round about 5 o'clock, right? And I don't know if you've heard in the readings, right? The trains go by. Like you probably have because they're that loud. So I'm going into the kitchen to make my dinner, and the whole house shook. And like say, Snooky was like a big furball because she'd got a fright. And I thought, God, that train was awful loud. And I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm looking like that, and that train was awful loud, as if the train had flew out of the house. And it was 2 jets. And I thought that sounded as if they were chasing something. And I thought, were they chasing something away? And it was so bad, and it was out of the ordinary for Scots. We were on the phone to the police or to, like say, asking what was going on, because people went out and seen it. What's going on, so, and it was fighter jets. It was, I thought, what on earth are they chasing away? Never got to the bottom of it. They says they always come out with the classic answer. Oh, it's a training exercise. I said, well, training for what? Should we be worried? Should I, said, put my contingency plan into action? That's another thing I'll talk about is contingency plan. Contingency plan. Your cat is talking about it. She is. She coming out, and that's all you can see because the camera's away up there somewhere. And that's all you can see is the tail going by. Do you feel that because New Zealand and Australia is close to Antarctica, that is? I think so. I don't know if this came up in the reading. It might have come up after I'd finished recording, where something's going on in Antarctica and they're trying to keep a lid on it. And what it was when I went there in remote view, it was as if whoever was in Antarctica had went and hid. And there was like troops moving in. And I thought they must be going to get them. And it was a case of what I seen was, round about the coast of Australia and New Zealand was. I mean, you wouldn't have. It was the oddest thing I'd seen was where it was like ghost ships, like so. I mean, the technology that they've got is as if the ships could disappear. It wasn't submarines because I thought that maybe it was a submarine, but I thought no. It was as if like say they were just like say they were going round like say Australia and New Zealand and then going round and patrolling, and I thought, wow, it looks as if New Zealand and Australia are safe from whatever like was trying to get in. Somebody asked me about the military in the comments. I'm going to be doing that because I got and when I'd asked about the military, I got, it's all right, they're not UN, and that's what I got. So I want to delve a bit deeper into that because I thought, well, what do you mean by that? So that's another thing that I'm going to kind of have a wee look at. All right, there's Tulane. 3 Waters is a thing that you're trying to bring in. All right, in New Zealand to take control of our water away from local council. Geez, I'll see these people to central government control. Geez, I'll have a wee look in and see, 3 Waters part of the right. I noticed that Macron, you see, these people they're not voted for. That's why I'm putting on my voting for them. None of the above represent my views. It might not count, but it's not going to count anyway because they're installed. They're all hand-picked and they're all installed. And then it's as if you go through the motions of voting. As to say, if every single person in, like say in the country or in the UK just didn't vote, I wonder how they would get round that. Because then people would go, wait a minute, I didn't vote, how did you get in? You know. Hi Marlon. Well, caught your first live, Can. Huge thanks for your insights and awesome readings. Another New Zealander here with Tartan Blood. Brilliant. Good. Yeah, I think it was Deline today. Between the two of us, we were trying to figure out, you know, what would be the best time. Because the time difference, I'm like, well, what would it be in New Zealand? Because my first live, I wanted it to be with, the people in New Zealand, who are in New Zealand and Australia. That's what I wanted. I mean, it's 12 here. I don't know about you, but I'm finding it very hard to sleep. I mean, I could kind of be up all night, get like 2 hours sleep, get up, and I'm fine. It's as if maybe I don't need all that sleep anymore because I'm up in the 5D, the fifth dimension. And see, another thing is, see, once you see what's going on, and you can't unsee it, and I can't get back down to the 3D level where, like, so you're in the matrix like this, and you can't, like, so you're not, it's as if you're in the neck brace, and you can't look about, you're in like that. And now I've kind of looked about, and what I've seen I can't unsee. But it's as if I don't need much sleep anymore, which is just as blinking well because I'm up all night, you know. The cat gets more sleep than I do, you know. Nanny's saying, so it's so they can add poisons to our water, further control of their population call. Do you know, they're so evil. It's really evil. So how would you go about countering that? See, this is what I was saying to my other audience tonight and yesterday. We're going to get proactive now. So if they're going to do that to the water, how are we going to fight that back? You know, what kind of things can you put in the water that's going to clean it up? You know? I mean, it's not easy. It really isn't easy. So it's a case of, we just need to do it a wee bit at a time. You know, when I do some of the readings that I've done, and people were really down, and I'm like, well, obviously I can't get into it because it's obviously client psychic, like say privilege and stuff like that. But I'll say start with the wee things first. You know, if you've got this and this and this and this going on, don't start with the big thing. Because if you start with the big thing that's in your life, that like it's a hurdle, and then you can't go over that, then you give up. You tend to give up. But if you start with a wee thing, and then you see progress, then you'll see progress. Right? Okay, that's that burden away. Right, I'll start the next one, and then before you know it, you've got strength to go over the bigger one. But then you go back and say, right, what did I learn from that I can take in? So if it comes back the next time, you can just nip it in the bud right away. It took me really long enough to grasp that, because I was like, right, I'd be the one that's in the huff going, well, why did that have to happen to me? Why does it always happen to me? That was my war crying. And I thought, well, what is it I have to learn from this? And then, like say some it's horrendous, and you know that, but burdens can get over, you know. Yeah, yes, please, read Mr. Miss. He gives me the creeps. So many people follow him blindly. I don't know much about him. All I knew was he made that car. So, and when I done the reasons and Trump, I didn't know much about him. I know he's hated in Scotland and we don't like him in Scotland, but I thought, I'm going to give this man a chance because I don't know about him. And it's like Elon Musk. I don't know much about him. But I know that people are getting their accounts back on Twitter. For the person that had asked if Trump backed Twitter yet, not yet. I haven't seen him back yet. But others have had their accounts. Like that, is it Dr. Malone? He's his account back. Yeah, I'll do a reading on him. Because I watched an interview with Elon Musk. And it was like that. I couldn't figure out whether, it was genuine or not. He hides a lot. He puts a barrier up. And I don't know if it's just so that nobody gets in, so that nobody sees, so that nobody hurts, or it's something else. When I done his reading, I could get, but it's as if he kind of, sometimes he'll put a barrier up, Somebody asked about this at Luxton. Let's see, reminds me of Nationals, Chris. So it's Chris Luxton, I think that name. Because somebody asked me in the comments to do that, so I think I've got him down in my book. There's Michelle. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for your time and energy you put into your videos and readings for New Zealand. You're our angel. Oh, thanks very much. Love your cat too. I just feel as if it's as if you were getting left behind. And I thought, well, what can I, like, say, when I had meditated and, like, say, I had asked my Heavenly Father, I says, right, what do you want me to do? And it was New Zealand. And I don't know what it is. It's as if, I don't know I don't know much about past lives, but it's as if I was in New Zealand in the past life. You know what I mean? It's as if I lived there. Because when I look at New Zealand, I can pinpoint places. And I thought, well, like, say, watching like, say, maybe a travel show, and they're walking down the street, and it was like a wee kind of thing with roads, and it had stones in the road, and it was going to a place. It might be a tourist attraction, I don't know. And I thought, oh, it's just around the corner. How would I know it's just around the corner? I've never been to New Zealand. But I've always had an affinity as well to New Zealand. It's very like Scotland. It's beautiful. It's very like Scotland, All right, there we go. So, Laura from the Oracle Report is an excellent astrologer. Follows her work for 15 years or so. That's good because I'm looking for somebody that does astrology just so that I can, because I would like my chart as well. But if I was to do my chart, I would probably do it all wrong. I'd probably do this. This would be me, right? Thinking it is, and I know everything, and I've looked at the book, and I'd have my wee chart ready, and then I'd have all the things, and then everything in my chart, and I'd probably be all wrong, and I would frighten the life out of myself. That would probably happen to me. Love your humour. See, if you don't have humour, you don't have anything, And what is it they say? Laughter's the best medicine, or laughter's whatever it is. What they don't like is laughter. They don't like you to be happy, and they hate you to laugh. They hate you to laugh. I remember, Kirk's is away now, but it was a couple of years ago, obviously, because my background's politics as well. And David Cameron, I call him the big galoot, right? Because that's what he just looked like. He was wanting to do a survey about happiness to see how happy the nation were. and do you know what came into my mind when I was watching it, when he was saying it? Do you know that scene in Annie? The original version of Annie, when, like say the women that's looking after the wee lassies, and they're all singing and dancing and having a great time, and she comes in and she's steaming out her head, right, and she falls in the door and she goes, "Oh no, they were singing, but I had changed it to happiness." And like say, and says they're saying, "Do I hear singing in here?" And it was like, "Do I hear happiness in here?" Well, that's the politicians to me. That would be them if they came across you and you were happy. They'd be like, "Do I hear happiness in here?" Because you've not to be happy. No. Well, I think we should be happy. I think we should be really, really ecstatically happy because they hate it. And anything that they hate, I think we should be doing just to piss them off. No, not putting up with it. Which is easier said than done, Oh, no, it's okay. It's just, oh, it's Snooky. It's Snooky, her name is. I got my other wee cat that's up that side, the wee black and white one. She passed away just before we went into lockdown, and I thought I can't come in, and because before that, I had to understand my dad, my brother and my mum died within 5 months of one another, and I had gone through the house, been busy and everything to me coming in. And then the cat I had had for 16 years, for 18 years, she passed away as well. And I thought, I can't come into a house it's pure silent. So I went and I got wee Gizzy, her name was Gizmo, and I went to get her, and she'd been rescued that day for a house that she'd been left in to die. And I thought, I'm taking her. Because she'd came and she'd licked all my hand. And then, obviously, she passed away. When I got her, I knew that she'd had wee things that were wrong with her because she had been trying to, like eat a doorknob and stuff like that. And I thought, no, I still want her. I'll give her a good life until she passes away. But then, the oddest thing had happened with Snooky. I was sitting, I was studying at the time for my degree, and I happened to look down, and this wee cat was sitting at my feet, and I thought, that's funny. And I thought it was my neighbour's cat who looks just like her, looks like Snooky. And I thought, well, how did Simba get in here? And I thought, Simba couldn't get in here, the doors were locked. And then the cat disappeared. And I thought, that's odd. And I never thought much about it until I thought, I got the kind of download, we're going into lockdown. And I thought, I'm not going into lockdown myself. I'm that cat. So I went away, and I seen her, and I went and got her. And it wasn't until I was putting her in the car with my friend, and I went like, oh my God. And she goes, what's that? I says, that's the cat that projected herself into my house. And I thought, she's projected herself. And then when she had done that, I kind of researched back to see, because her owner had passed away, to see when her owner had passed away. And I thought, either the owners projected the cat into, because obviously she thought, well, I would look after her, or she's done it herself. But she's such a loving wee cat. I mean, wee Snooky was loving, wee Gizzy was loving, but she had anxiety. She was all right if I was away, but see if I, like I said, she was used to me going away, but see if I went out on a Saturday, it was like a crying match with Gizzy, where Snooky she'll come in, that's all, she's come in, said hello, and now she's away. But it was the most bizarre thing that had happened, where she projected herself into the house, and I thought, wow, and she's such a loving wee soul, and I thought she's a loving wee, you can tell her wee soul that she just loves, Ah, right. We used to have fighter jets over Peoples when I lived there. Was that was there no was that no was the base no near Peoples? It could have been, because I think that's closed down now. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Sorry for being so chatty. That's okay. Thank you, Karen. My feelings too with Antarctica. Too much secrecy there. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I kind of got? It was like, it was bigger than even they thought. It was bigger. And I mean, they've had the control for so long. It wasn't going to be an easy job. And, you know, I don't know who it was that put it out that it was over, and this was, I don't know who it was, but somebody had sent me it, and I thought, this isn't over, this is taking longer than, even they thought it would, you know. Hi, Liv. Hi from New Zealand. Hi, Liv. I hope you're okay. There's sunny days. I love that. That's a cracking username. Hi from New Zealand. Sunny days. I like that. I feel that New Zealand military are not necessarily playing. Yes, I thought that as well. Especially when I go, it's not the UN, because that's the ones we've got to watch. Because they would just say what they were told. Heidi, hi Heidi. Hello from New Zealand. Oh, thanks for your readings. They are very interesting. Oh no, it's okay. Thanks very much for reading them. Is that Charles Penman? Hiya, hello, another New Zealander here. Love your videos. Father was from Musselburgh. I used to go there, and I visit there. I used that. Musselburgh holds a lot of happy memories for me because I used to go there with my mum and dad. Used to go. It used to always rain enough. I used to see. I think it was a car park, and looking out to sea, and we were having sandwiches in the car. That was a shame. We used to send my poor dad out to get the sandwiches. And then he used to say, I can't just make the tea and coffee out here, because there was like a wee tray kind of thing. And he used to come back soaked. It was a sin. And we were like, that's okay. And we'd be sitting there nice and dry and he came in dripping wet. But that's happy memories that I've got, where you could bring out the sandwiches right enough every time we go there. What was it? Dr. Emoto, high vibrations to water. Brilliant. Your short email reading for me helped. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it helped. See with the email readings, like because they're just general. Usually, what I do is just to I'm glad you asked that. Just to let you understand, I kind of meditate to see what part of your life, needs looked at, and that's how I do. Unless you ask a specific question, and that's how I do the email readings. The other ones, obviously, there's questions, But thanks very much. I'm glad it helped you. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, me too. Thanks so much for your reading, Can. No, that's great. I'm hoping it helps. Okay, when I kind of put my website together, and I thought, right, how this was obviously during lockdown as well, and I thought, how am I going to best help people? And then I thought, I need to keep the prices low because I know what I would be like, So that's how, and that's the, like I said, the set prices. I'm not planning to put them up or anything. So anybody that wants, I've got spaces because I took some time off because to let you understand as well, I was a support worker. I loved it. See, I love helping people. I love that. That's my nature. I'm still helping people even now on a Monday. That's how I can't do it on a Monday. And if you go onto the website, you can, usually see that Mondays are all taken because I help out two elderly gentlemen on a Monday and I love doing it. Just making sure they're all right and everything, and that's what I do. Still help people, you know. Just make sure they're okay and taken care of, you know. During lockdown, that's what I had said. I've got a TikTok account as well that I took a wee bit of time from is, like say, because obviously reading as well, putting like messages on TikTok for people too. And then the second channel, I'm trying to see what we could do for the second channel as well. To see, obviously, the first channel would be for like general about news and stuff that's going on, and then second channel for us, how we can build ourselves up, because I think that's what we're needing as well. I think people really need to, build up their strength, build up their energy. Because I mean, even me, I've taken a huge knock too. I mean, this has been a eye opener. Even though I seen it coming, I just didn't realise. Even me, I didn't realise how much of a psyop it would be. That kind of knocked me for six, to think I can't realise how deep people are in the system. And then I thought, I need to understand how I'm going to get them out of the system. Like the image I got was like their fingers are kind of stuck onto the system, and I'm prying them off one at a time. And I thought, you know what, I need to have a wee bit of understanding, which to me is I need to work on. I really do need to work on, because I thought we need to get these people out of the system so that we can, start getting proactive with these people and get them away. And then another thing, I think I said it in one of my readings, or I can't remember where I said it, but I don't want those who carried this out onto the public to get away. I really don't want it. To say, oh, I'm sorry, what they would be like. They'd be, I'm really sorry, and I shouldn't have done, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I just was following the rules, and I thought I was doing what was. Oh, shut up! No, you didn't. We know what you were doing. And I mean, it's everywhere. It's absolutely, I don't want to go from a tangent, but it's everywhere. It's in the judiciary, it's in the schools, it's in, obviously, the politicians, it's in the police, and it's a top down. At one point I was trying to get a wee job in a hospital, right, to clean, just so that I could go and see what was going on, But then I thought, if somebody was sick, I'd be sick along with them. I'd grabbed that idea. But I thought, how am I going to get proactive in this? I mean, I can remote view, but I want to. You can remote view, but then you've got people who need evidence. They need cast iron evidence in front of them, because they just don't believe, you know. And now we've got what I thought and what I seen was them taking I call them the pricks, kind of going off the planet now, and it's sad. It's very, very sad. Not everybody, but then I thought, I need to come to, like say maybe the thing with that this was maybe their soul journey. Maybe this is what they were doing to wake people up, which is quite a sacrifice if you put it that way. And I thought, I never thought it that way, but maybe it is. Which then they wouldn't be sheep. They wouldn't be, you know. Maybe they haven't woke up. Maybe they weren't supposed to wake up. I just, it's two ways to look at it, Anyway. There's a Karen and another Karen. Hello all. Karen, I don't know if you've got this stupid Karen stuff. Oh, a Karen. And it's somebody I rate. It's usually me, right? But oh my god, I'm just fed. I'm so over it now, there's a Karen, that kind of thing. Like, I think the last one was, Felicia. That just drives me insane now. I'm just so over it now, you know. Oh, right. Anne's actually asking somebody else a question. Tarot by Janine. I think I've seen her a couple of times. I quite like her. I quite like Tarot by Janine. I think she is similar to what I do. you know. Is that the woman in Canada? I've watched her a couple of times. I like it. I usually watch it when it's the two. It's the young lassie with the blonde hair too, because I like them together. Because I like their energy. You know, when they kind of, was it something about, well, this Friday, something back Friday or something. I like the two of them when they're in. You know. Maybe you are going to come to New Zealand one day, Karen. We can throw you a party. Well, talking about that, you can throw me a party. Yeah, that'd be good. Talking about that, I was fighting with Google the day, you know. You don't think I would be that way inclined, but yeah, I was. Because I've monetised. I didn't really want to do that, but obviously I'm trying to find a job. So I've got to get money in somewhere. And I'm thinking, now, this is the intelligence of Google, right? You've got to have a passport, which I don't have because I wasn't going anywhere, so why would I have a passport? Or a driving licence, and there's too many absolute crazies in the roads for me to drive. So I don't have one of them. I mean, I've got a paper one somewhere, but I don't have one of them either. And to get the funds that, you know, released, that's, you've got to identify. So if you've not got that and you've not got your driving licence, how are you going to do that? Apparently they don't know, you know. So in their wisdom, they might be, you know, like say have all the great ideas. They might be very intelligent people, but what they don't seem to have is any common sense. So I'm going to have to go. And I thought, well, what do I get? Do I get a driving licence when I don't like driving? No. Or do I get a passport? And if I have to get a passport, this is me thinking, do I save up and go to New Zealand? Yes, that might be an option. That might be an option. Go to New Zealand. go to New Zealand and sort out Cindy. Once I've sorted out the Tartan Tyrant. She's got a place near me. The Tartan Tyrant. It's too near me. It's too near me. If I see her in the butchers, there's no way I'm not going to say something to her. I'll have to phone like this. I've got questions. For you. That'll be the media training coming out in me. Kimberly, that's a good question. That's a good question for what percentage, once I've done, what percentage of New Zealand is in a week? What percentage of the world is a week? So percentages of New Zealand a week. Okay, I'll have a wee look at that too. It doesn't seem like many. See, I was of the same opinion about Scotland, right? Didn't think there was many. Until the census came out, and I thought, 700,000 people in Scotland have told them to go and get stuffed. They've got, literally told them to stuff that census where the sun don't shine. And I thought, 700 people who found those, those questions very intrusive, talk to another 700,000 people, and then these 700,000 people talk to more, then it's going out and it's not staying within the perimeters of just a few. So that's what I'm thinking, like say, and I was talking to my neighbour the other day there, usually I'm one who sounds screaming at the people that are just not awake. But then I found common ground to talk. But we're able to talk in Scotland. I know, and I think it was in Melbourne, in Australia, somebody was fined for talking to your neighbour. And I thought, the red flags would be going off in me. Saying, excuse me, who the hell do you think you are? Telling me I can't, talk to my neighbour. And then I would be like, well, you don't let me talk to my neighbour. I'm going to learn how to do smoke signals. I mean, it's really to God they can't ban smoke signals and hope. And then teach my neighbour how to do smoke signals. And then we'll be doing smoke signals back and forward and we can talk to one another with the smoke signals. You know, if you cannot talk to your neighbour, what's to say that you don't go and post a wee note through your neighbour's door? I mean, seriously. Or post wee notes through all your neighbours' doors. Oh, but this is the way it works, though. You know, not wanting you to talk to your neighbour, right? Because they don't want communication. Then that's communication's key to getting this stopped. So they don't want you to talk to your neighbour. Another thing that started concerning me in the UK was them closing down the libraries, because that was how they done that in 1930s, close so that you've not got knowledge, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. That's why they spent all that money on trying to, the disinformation and stuff like that, all that crap, So today I've had a wee fight with Google and I've had a wee fight with, well, not a wee fight with, but a wee kind of, my tuppence with Dan Wooten, who I think he used to be the Sun, but he's now, he used to be the Sun, but he's in the Mail. He's with the Mail Online. And I was finding very satisfying that when the Tartan Tyrant was getting her update and standing there, giving it, look at me, I'm great. I was going into the comments, and when she was asking, they were telling us, so many people, there's so many people in hospital. I was in the comments, not for her, obviously, but for people who were, saying, oh, thank you for saving us, which they weren't actually saying. I was saying, how many hospitals are in Scotland? How many, the scary flu beds have we got? How many of those hospitals are full? How many wards are for the CV? And then asking questions. And one absolute, I'm trying to be nice, right? Came back and said, she'll not hear you. And I went, no, but you will. You will. If you've got an ounce of intelligence, in your head, still, an ounce of critical thinking skills, you'll get that. But the Tartan Tyrant done a number on us. She stood in the hydro, and that's when I get the alarm bells, when she was standing just as we were coming off of, the referendum. I think we're the only country in the world that said no, we didn't want to be independent. But coming off that, riding the wave, everybody was so great, and that's when she got in. And I thought, wow, putting any politician up on a pedestal is the most dangerous thing you can do, because they're not there for you. They don't answer to you. They just take from you. Anyway, I'll take a few more and then I'll need to go because it's nearly 1 o'clock here. It's nearly 1 o'clock. You're saying, Maggie? Starting with, is that, see these names? Rotorua City Council. The government are talking about giving the general voters 58% of the vote, but if you're on of the Maori roll, you get 100%. Wow, that's something to look into. Right, I'll have a wee look into that. Right, so 58%. No. Right, I'll have a wee look into that as well. Do I see it happen? Do I see it happening? That's the actual question. Hold on. Do I see this happening? Thanks for that question. Okay, we'll have a wee look at that. I've got all these things to add to the book. I have Scottish ancestry too, so hi Auntie Karen, yep. I mean, I love Scotland. I love Scotland. I wish it was independent. I think it could be independent. But if I was to go anywhere, like say I live in kind of central Scotland, I'm pulled to the Highlands. And I think that might be a past life as well, because the Battle of Culloden's always there in my mind, and I can see it was as if I was on the battlefield, and I was near the battlefield, and I was looking for my husband and my son. So that's what I need to find, somebody that does past lives as well, because I would like to kind of see if it's like a false memory maybe, because I don't really know past life, and I don't want to kind of do it because maybe I would do it wrong because I don't know much about it. Oh, well, is there? Oh, we have some. I was kind of. I've got to go on public transport now a couple of times a week, and the most telling thing was that the first thing, it's the older generation that seem to be still under the really, really fear, and I thought, these people really need to be get arrested. They need arrested on trial. I wouldn't, like saying this, no. They need to be tried in front of the public and a suitable punishment. Because if they're just taken away, I wouldn't believe, and say, oh, that's them off the planet. I don't believe that. I would need to see it. I'm not saying that they're not. But that's not fair if you're going to do that. Unless they've done the trials and they're going to, like say, put them on. But I still don't think that's fair because as I said, and like I said, Mother Show and Mother Audience know that when the Tarrantine, if she gets, and I think it'll be when actually, she gets arrested, I want a front row seat. I want a front row seat because I was in support. The fear in the people who, some of my wee clients for the last 2 years were so frightened, and the last 2 years of their life was spent in fear. And then they took these and they're away. And I thought, the public really need to get to know and get to ask questions. Because I've got questions I would like answers to. My aunt, for one, in a care home, and she was away. So no, I mean, I can understand, and I can, like say that, yeah, okay, we might be off the planet, but that will not satisfy me. Because they need to answer to the people, and they need to answer for the crimes that they've done. I mean, they literally tore up the Nuremberg Code and threw it away. And that can't, you're like, the Nuremberg Code is still there and it's still in existence. The human rights laws are all there and they're still in existence. So what we need to do is make sure that everybody knows. And it will come out because I feel as if, do you know what? It's like I've finished with this because it's literally nearly 1 o'clock now, and I don't want to keep you too long. It's a case of it's like a pressure cooker. I'm saying do you know one way where I don't know, maybe it's New Zealand, maybe it was New York, where it's like we would call them a stank, where it's like it's down to the sewers. Best place bloody for these people, but and it's like it's like gas leaking, right? And it's like a pressure cooker, and that's the metaphor for the information that they're sitting on, and it's as if it's ready to blow like a volcano, and it'll come out like a volcano, and it'll just go everywhere. But I think they're going to. they need to prepare the public, because they need to prepare them, because the public who have done this and adhered, and when they find out what has been done to them, they're not going to like it. And it's to make sure, this is what I'm getting psychically, it's to make sure that their anger is directed, because they will be angry, to the right people. To the right people. So no, I'm not. I am not happy if they've been, they're off the planet. No, because I want them. I want to see the trial, and else I won't believe. I'll believe that they've made a deal. You don't get to make a deal when you do that with people knowingly. No, no deal, no deal. You know. Oh, there's Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Do you think there will be a nuclear war, Karen? Thanks for your reasons. I don't see. Somebody asked me that, not on a reading, but they asked me that, and just general. I don't see a nuclear war. It'll be stopped. It's, like I say, the elites would like nothing more, but I'm not getting it. And if, like I say, if I kind of, like I say, got the feeling that, yep, you need to go and prepare. I'm always, like I say, have a contingency plan. I don't see it, but there's no harm in it, and kind of having a contingency plan, and how to keep your, like, read up on how to keep yourself safe. What provisions you would need. I have my bag in one hand and Snooki in the other, and I'll be away. But no, I don't see that. I'll read in it. I'll do a wee reading on it, but somebody, I can't remember, like say over here in Scotland, and they had got them. I think it's the mainstream media. It's got everybody up to high do, as we say in Scotland. And I'm thinking, I need to bring these people back down. Because at the end of the day, there's only one thing stopping them for doing what I mean, okay, the good guys can only do so much, but they need us. As I have said before, that yes, there is good guys, but there's us, and there's more of us than there is of them if we can wake the rest up. And I've always said that the ones that they fear, the biggest fear they've got is us. That's the biggest fear. They crave money and they crave power, but their biggest fear is the public. And that's why they're trying to divide everybody. It's like divide and rule. But this is like trying to divide individuals, they're trying to divide families, they're trying to divide friends, they're trying to divide everybody. And I thought, no, we need to come together. And then we need to get proactive and not reactive. So I'll read a couple more and then I'll go. Okay. Love Snooki's story. Our cat got left in NX when her family left to go home to Italy, of course, after lockdown. Poor soul. Well, either it was her owner that projected her into, probably away, the wee spirit, saying, well, it's my time to go home now. I need to get somebody to look after my cat. But she's a lovely wee soul. But I tell you, she has knocked down my television. She has broke a lamp. She takes mad dives and runs about. And I thought, what have I brought? And she was lovely, and she was mild, and she was meek for the first week. And then she turned into Snooki. Oh. Yep, we found each other, yep. We Gizzy got me through a horrendous time. And I think it was a wee spirit, like say my spirit and her spirit, and we got each other. We saved each other. We saved each other. Marlon. I'm with you on that, but I think she felt ultimately it wouldn't happen. Karen's reading on New Zealand, they would hurl all sorts at us, but would fail. She told us to hold your nerve. The whole world needs to hold its nerve. I mean, that's her getting. I'll try and pin that article. It's kind of dodgy on YouTube, but I'll try. I'll put the link. I know YouTube doesn't really like links, right enough. I'll put it on to if they say so.org, or I'll put it on to Twitter. I'll give you. I'll get it there. Something by hook or by crook. I'll get it to you, because that seems to be the first domino. And it's the same with the Tartan. The first dominoes go, but she's up to rising it. I mean, £500,000 went amiss from in Scotland from the Independence Fund, so they've used it for something else. She's up to all the dodges on Alex Salmond. Now, I like Alex Salmond. I don't trust any politician now. I don't trust anybody in authority. I never really have. But that's to me, because she's in trouble as well. So that's the first domino starting to fall. Macron, I think that was to reinstall him, was to anger the French even more. And I says, well, you know what happened the last time the French got angry? You know what happened? I said, they're going to push and push and push. And it was the same with Justin Castro. No, his name's not Justin Castro. Justin Trudeau. These people aren't, to me, voted for. They're installed. We just get the illusion of them getting voted for. I mean, Boris is still there. He was having parties, everything. And I thought, if people would just, wake up to Boris and co having parties, instead of making it all about them. And I can understand if you couldn't say goodbye to your loved ones and they're having parties. But that gave me the opening, to say, well, if they were having parties at the absolute peak of this, then the first question I asked myself was, just how serious was this? Just how serious was it? Knowing it's been nothing but a flu all along, but it gives them the opening. And I left my neighbour thinking, you've given me something to think about. And I thought, geez, but my mother used to say that to me. I mean, I was in trouble. I'll give you something to think about, But that's what we say. That's the way forward, Just think how I am not going down. I'm not going down with the ship. I am going to make sure this blinking ship gets off the rocks and starts floating, and I'll steer it. Hopefully with them all on board, tied up somewhere, and deliver them. They can't get away with what they did. They can't. They just, and they won't. They won't. So a couple more, and then I'll need to go. Well, should bring that back? I don't know, Joyce. I'll have a wee look into that. It's not kind of jumping out at me just now as if that's a definite yes. I think the first domino has fallen. I don't like to kind of put out false hope or anything, but I just feel as if it's as if somebody's flicked, and that's the first domino went. So it seems to be that, it seems to be like a pattern. Excuse me, I need to take a wee down. It seems to be a pattern in where Australia, I think maybe Australia, the dominoes falling in Australia, where, and it's the care homes, moving them from the hospital to the care home. And I think that's a good heart operation. I think that, and I think that's him trying to get the dominoes to fall. You know, I feel that's what it is. But I'll have a wee look into that, Joyce, and we can take it from there, and we can see just how far we are with that. You know, uh, picnics in Scotland, ringing out sarnies. I recall those days. Yeah, exactly. And it didn't deter us. It didn't deter us at all. I remember walking down with my sister, and it was like, see, one, like say, the kind of fairs you go to, the fêtes you go, like say, when you actually could. And it was like a torrential downpour, and it was like a torchlight parade and the downpour. And then, but Scots being Scots were hardy people, and it was it was a barbecue after that, and it was like, lovely cheeseburgers and like burgers, and you could like went shh with the cheeseburger, but by God, we were having the barbecue. Nothing would deter us. Oh, hi Jordan. Hi from New Zealand. Hi Jordan. And Kiwi Mama. Amira, is that? Hi Amira. Lots of awake Kiwis listening to this lovely accent. Oh, I hope you can actually understand, which gives me lovely memories of a lass who was flatting with us in New Zealand. Then I visited her in Glasgow in 98, 99. That's nice. That's nice memory. And there's Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Oh, there's Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Karen. You have to say it short. See, it's 1 o'clock here. I'm getting a wee bit tired now. Hi, Karen. Yes, have to say your short email reading. All right, help me too. Oh, that's good. I tweet. Good. Supplements that I take for my ailments, arthritis. Actually, and it helped. Oh, I'm glad it helped. See, I seen your face. That's why I said, "Oh, hi, Lynn." Yeah, good. Um, Most of the people, some of the people that come for readings, I just want reassurance as well. So I can't say, well, do this, do this, do this, because me, Karen, can't do that, right? It's like, but Spirit can. But I thought, how am I going to help people as well? So I was looking into doing maybe just, because some people really need counselling, and I thought, how can I help to? And I was looking into maybe doing just a wee short counselling course as well, so that I could, like say, incorporate it and help people, and then obviously have obviously, the paper, the qualification doesn't really mean anything, but it's to have that there and say, well, yeah, I'm qualified to do that. Because mostly it is. It's just not nobody that's been for a reading just now, but it's a case of how can I help people, especially through this, and especially now because those who took this now it's horrendous. That's children going as well now. That was a wee girl at 10. Obviously, they'll not tell you that. Obviously, I mean, we all know. And I thought, right, well, how am I, going to kind of I can't. It's a reading, but obviously I can do it empathically. But I just thought, it'd be quite nice to know that I wouldn't be putting my big size, well, threes. I'm only size 3. You don't want to, intrude, in their grief. But I always say that anybody who's lost somebody, wait at least 3 months so that like say, if you've lost somebody, so that you can, grieve and they can get used to where they are, who's been round about me? See that young musician, oh, was it Lincoln Park? He came through with, when I done my reading with Chris Cornell, who I didn't know who, I had no clue who he was. And then the reason I knew it was him is because I got an image of Chester through. He's been round about, so I'm trying to connect with his energy to see, because he obviously wants to speak about something. So he's round about me. Michael Jackson's round about, but I think that's because I think there's a show opened in Las Vegas, so he's round about as well. So I mean, I've got to do. See, when you do like like reasons like stuff, you've got to have your protections around about you. And then obviously I say to my spirit guide, because I was doing. I can't remember I can't remember who it was that had said about the predictions, but I was doing the predictions and Chris Cornell came through and I was like, no, don't let him through because I don't know who he is. And that's the kind of thing, I've got to trust my guides in that. But I thought, no, not until, obviously my protections was done, but it was a case of he was just introducing himself and then obviously came through. And then loved ones, when I'm doing readings, 9 times out of 10 will come through. I only get names because obviously these are famous people and I can recognise them. But most of the time I don't get names, but I can describe people. I get a description, and that's how they come through. And then I'll say to them, give me a mannerism or a wee characteristic that that the loved ones would know, and 9 times out of 10 they do. So that sometimes that happens when I'm doing wee readings as well. I've been going about it's now 1:15 and I'm see, this is what happens. You just need to tell me, Karen, we're all fed up, you need to go. Oh, there we go. Hi, Kiwi, Mama Amira. I'm sorry I missed the first 80 minutes. I'm minus a carer for my due to the pressure being involved and with the experiment that seeds. Yeah, sheets over my girlie. That's okay. You can. I'm quite sure you can watch it back, but if you can't, I'm recording it anyway, so I could upload it. All right. Next one. We are glad to have you. Oh, Centius. Love, beautiful heart. Oh, thanks very much. I do think I was sent. I think you're right there because obviously, when I sent out, when I did the meditation, obviously, and I thought that, so New Zealand needs help because what I was worried about was that you would lose hope, and if you lose hope, you've got nothing. You need hope. Not false hope, obviously, but you need something to hold on to, or else you'll be drowning. And I don't mean literally drowning, and I thought, people really need lifted up. And I thought, if we can do this wee show, and a Sunday and a Saturday for you, I think it is, and it's Friday night for me, we can come together and, like say, lift each other up, and then at least it'll be a community. I'm trying to build a community for you as well, for me, because I just like to talk, as you can see. And anyway, even if you want to come on, you'd be welcome to come on, okay? So anybody's got an open invitation to come on, okay? You'd be welcome. I know it might be difficult, but you don't need to come on camera. But if you want to come on and have your say, I'll give you the platform, okay? So anyway, I think that was, that's it, Deep Dive Friday. I like the way they go Deep Dive Friday with Ashley. It's Ashley, I think she does, like readings as well. I think I had seen her on something else, but I don't know what it was. I had just came across and it was her name, and I thought, I like Janine as well, but I liked the way the other young lassie done. Well, she's young to me, done the cards too as well. Yeah, she's got blue hair. That's exactly it. She's got blue hair. My favourite colour is blue. That's probably what drew me to her. Anyway, I'll go. I don't think there was anything else. I think that was it. No, there's Karen Reeve. See, all the Karens are all the Karens are gathering. Hello from New Zealand. Hi, Karen. I think everybody's here from New Zealand. The only people that are not here from New Zealand is me, and I think Kirks was in for a wee while earlier on. Ah, I'll need to maybe start watching her as well. Mirror. Tarot by Janine readings often mirror yours, can meaning there are lots of similarities. Yeah, I think she reads like me as well. I don't. I mean, I think she actually, like she knows the tarot. I use it as a tool. As well, I think Delene's still here. I use it as a tool, and I get visions from it, and that's how I usually say, "Wow, do you know what I'm seeing?" Because I'm actually seeing it, like say at that precise moment, But I've got like images that come out, like see the I've got to watch how I say this word. The King Arthur deck that I use. That's the third deck I always use. They give the most vivid. That's how I use them, and plus the fact that was the last, the last one of the last presents, like psychically that my mum got me for my Christmas. So that's why I always put them in a nice kind of silk wee bag. That's what they're kept in. See the woman that comes round, I think she's got a green dress on and she's holding a chalice and it's like blood coming out of it. When that comes out, I know that, we've still got a way to go with, like say the bad guys. So I don't like to see her coming out because I know that she's coming in to give, to give a kind of wee warning, don't get, don't get lost in. If it's overall great, like say, psychic reading and vision and imagery. But she always comes in, I say, oh, it's like the proverbial bad penny. But I thought, I know why she comes in, because she comes in just to caution that, yes, we are moving forward, but just, it's taking it's taking longer. It's taking longer. But I mean, this is centuries and centuries and centuries of evil that we're trying to get rid of, you know. It's this together. If we create, we would be wise. It would be wisdom and infirming, green light for truth, justice, and wisdom now. Welcome. What else have you said? Oh, right, wait a minute. I think you've done that twice. So I'll have a wee look at you and make sure you're not in here to spam. Maggie. I love Scotland too. I'm from Edinburgh and my dad was from Outer Hebrides, where Trump's mother is from. I like to think we're cousins. I love up north. When I was at uni, I did for my dissertation. I kind of did the Highland Clearances. So I wrote it as a play. It was the Massacre of the Rosses, and I wrote it as a play, but I didn't like it because I had to take so much out of it. So I'd probably write it as a, because obviously it's history. And I think, we need to preserve our history as we see it. As we see it. Do you know, see when I was researching that, the funniest thing happened was when I was researching it, I could hear the women's, and they were talking Gaelic, but it was as if I could understand it, and they were actually telling me the story. And then it was like a young boy came out. Well, a young boy to me, he was about 20, 21, and he told me as well what was going on. I was like, wow, I've got outside information. Maybe I'll know past this, But it was great because they had lived, so they came through, It brought life to the characters, Oh, here's Susan as well. See, I'm still here. I'll be here for about 2 hours. I hope no details will be made like they did with those criminals in the trials after. Do you know? I talking about the one Susan in the Second World War, I don't want anybody to escape, which they did after the Second World War. No, there should be no hiding place for them. None whatsoever. Oh, here's Jodie as well, and hello from New Zealand. Thank you for doing the readings for us. No, that's okay. Or on us. No, that's okay. Welcome, you're welcome here. It seems to be the meeting place for New Zealand. Yeah, we need to see and see the truth, all of us. Pam, absolutely agree. I'll be really, really angry if, I mean, it's not a case that I'll be really upset. I'll be angry. I'll be raging. And believe you me, you don't want to see me raging and angry. We, we deserve to see justice done and proper justice, because they can't do what they did. Well, they just did right enough, but they can't get away with it. They can't get away with it. Oh, Sandra, see, I keep seeing new people popping in. So, hi from New Zealand. Hi, Sandra. I can't remember where it was, but there were some librarians. Oh wow, throwing away books out of the library. Yeah, those books they charged for if you exactly if you don't bring them back. Anyone said any like. It doesn't. That rings a bell. They were taking books out of school in Scotland. That's what they were doing. I knew that kind of rang a bell, but that it was Scotland. That like say. So it seems to me that certain books are getting removed. Is that First Stop gift shop? Oh, great! So I wonder what gifts that you sell. Hi, Karen, watching replay. Great live as usual. I love your shows, both here and on Facebook. All right, so who are you? Here on Facebook, thank you. I am slightly more mellow on here. This is because I'm trying to make a good impression. So let me know who you are on Facebook so I know who I'm talking to. We used to picnic picnic in the snow. I've done that as well. Picnicked in the snow. Yep. Hi, Vicky. So grateful for your readings, your share, Karen, especially on New Zealand and Australia. I think you can see the Kiwis love you. Oh, I mean, I just was drawn. I've always been drawn in New Zealand. It's always had that pull for me as well. Mad, just tuned in from New Zealand. Well, I think this will stay up. If not, I've recorded it anyway, so I'll put it back up. Okay. This was just the wee first show. Number one to see if I could actually know what I was doing, because I usually stream to Facebook with the Chit Chat show, but I wanted you to have your say. I'm trying to build a community here so that like so we've all got somewhere to go to even sound off, and obviously suggestions, but even suggestions for the show, what you want to see in the show, because I'm going to be pulling cards. Okay, so and we'll take it through the air and we'll see how that goes. I think 11 o'clock's a good time, although it's 1:30 in the morning here. So at least I'm doing something, because like I say, apart from sleep, because I just whatever it is, I can't sleep. It's like 2 hours sleep and then that's me. Hi Karen, any advice from Spirit on what the awake can do to help? Um, just it's a case of just talk. Try and talk to your neighbour without. I mean, I was finding it increasingly difficult. What I'll do is I'm going to meditate, because I want to know what the next step is, and I think that might be that might tie in, Pam, on what we do next. What we do next, because I think those who were really, really in the system are going to, they're in for a rude awakening. And it's a case of be there to help, be there to pick them up, because they're going to, because you can see it. See, when I was talking to my neighbour, you could actually see her face when I said, because obviously they're not being informed. When I said that these were, they hadn't been passed. They were, like say, without actually saying you were the guinea pig, they were trials. Which before like say, I had a wee word with Spirit. Well, no, sorry, Spirit had a wee word with me and said, you need to. I am empathic, but see if people don't wake up, and I can. I was like, I'm at the end of my tether with people. There's, if they're not going to wake up, they're not going to wake up. And then it was like, be humble, and then that's when I get the good talking to, you've got a number of years on them. And I thought, okay, I get the message, But it's frustrating because you think, why can't they see this? Why can't they see it? It's not the ones that can't see it. It's the ones that can see it and do nothing. They don't even talk, or they just go back. Think my life. See, I was like, before this happened, my saying was, "I'm all right, Jack. My life's fine." And I used to say, "Well, there'll be a time when your life will not be fine." You know. Thank you for your time, Karen. You're an absolute best. Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate your readings. Have a lovely. I'm having a quiet weekend because it was obviously it was Easter last week, so I'm going to try and get a reading out for New Zealand tomorrow if I get a wee bit of time. If not, it'll be Sunday, and then I'm going to have a wee look at my second channel and see how I can, to make it more for us. Say Spirit, kind of what we can do as a collective as well, and see if we can get something done that way, Oh, here's Kay. Hi, Kay. Hi, Pam. I think we can help by surrounding them with divine light and love so they make right decisions for humanity. Thank you, Karen, for this platform. Rich blessings to everyone. Well, that's a good point, Kay. See, this is why I wanted us to have this platform so that, say, what I might not be able to kind of think of, other people might. And then we can kind of get this as a community where basically it's if somebody's had a really bad week and then they know that the live's coming on Friday, maybe do more lives if I've got time, but even if we make it Friday the live, because that's I think going into Saturday for you, so that if somebody's had a really bad week, collectively we can send our energy and pick them up, or if they're not ready to face, so that we can hold them in our energy so that they don't fall. Because my motto is nobody's going to be left behind, and if we can collectively just hold people and say, right, okay, if you're not ready, just take some time to yourself, because I always take time to myself. Always. I switch off everything, I switch my phone off, and then I go and watch old movies, and I mean old movies, where the kind of sets moving, and then, just like, or watch a comedy, because, laughter, laughter's kind of, it makes you feel good as well, and just get away from it for a while. I even kind of, I purposely, I leave my phone on in case like my sister or somebody needs me, but so that I'm not getting alerts all the time, and I think I think that's a good way of just taking the time out, and then you can come back refreshed and you've had some time out to kind of say, right, You'll just need to wait, you know. Hi, Di. Hi, Di. Hi, Di. From, is that Loburn? Loburn. Welcome. So, thank you so much, lovely Karen. Your big heart and being there for us in New Zealand. Very grateful, and it's appreciated. Much love. You too. You too. I think that was everything. Is that Angelique? Is that how you say your name? Because I had a friend and I think her name was Angelique, and that's how she's. I liked it because I used to always go, "Hi, Angelique," just so I could say the name. Just so I could say the name. I have only just arrived here. Sorry for being. Don't worry. I mean, you can watch your replay, but you probably need to go and get what time is it now? You probably need to go and get lunch. Go and get your lunch. Oh, I could listen to you all day. Thank you, Karen. You do lift us in New Zealand. I feel we get left out as our cousins and us are being affected in the same way. Yeah, I know. I mean, even that part of the world. Um, just make sure that we're lifting each other up. I think that's energy wise. I think we need to keep our energy up because it's easy for them to get in because they even get in to me. Because a couple of weeks ago I was like, I can't take much more of this, and then obviously I get the batteries recharged and the soul kind of right, yes you can do this, because I think it was when the restrictions were lifted, right, and the Tartan Tyrant is so confident, and she says it. Oh, I'm confident the people of Scotland. This is how her voice in my head every time I speak about her, right? Oh, I'm quite confident the people of Scotland will, still adhere. Oh, shut up. I'm quite confident that the people of Scotland, when they realise what you've done, they'll be adhering to anything. But I got on the bus and they were all, and I thought, oh gosh. I know your way where I had got to the stage where I just wanted to, with absolute difficulty, of course, stand up in the seat and say, for God's sake, seriously, try applying some critical thinking. You know, when God was giving out critical thinking, where the hell were you? Because you certainly weren't in the queue. I couldn't. I thought, I need to go off this bus. Because I was ready to not shout at them, but just shake my head and think, no, I need to take some time out and recharge my batteries and think. But then again, like I say, when I was there, like yesterday, it was the elderly. And I thought, we need to kind of, it's the elderly, well, in Scotland it's elderly. The youngsters weren't, they couldn't wait to get theirs off. But I'm quite sure if she turns and says, oh, we're going back into lockdown, there might be that element that say, right, okay. And I think that's a worry. That's a worry. But the elections will be interesting. But I don't want any of them in because they're all as bad as one another. Oh, since lunchtime. If I stay on here much longer, I'll be having my breakfast. I'll be having my breakfast and you'll all be having your tea. My son has woken up at work, woke up a work colleague, and he was so shocked he had to take time off work. He was absolutely distraught. He had had all the stings. He has returned, but he is not the same person. See, this is what I think will happen, Angelique. I think that's, and to a certain extent, I need to sympathise. Which, as an empathic person, I would have been able to do no bother. But I think, how could you not see it? Which we need to be there for them, obviously, but, it's going to be some task. Here's Kathleen in as well. Hi, Karen. See these, is it Toranga? New Zealand. Thanks for your great readings. No, thank you for coming in and thanks for reading and all your comments and your likes and subscribing. You know, you've no idea how humbling it is when like see somebody likes your work that much that they subscribe and they like and they comment. I mean, I do read all the comments. I try to kind of at least put the wee kind of thingy on them. But I do read all the comments, you know. Yeah, you look forward to your reading on New Zealand. Thank you. I'll try and get it done tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely be up on Sunday. You're sure? My sister thinks Arden is going to be made a tame on the name of God for saving lives. I remember she will be going to prison. Well, if I had my way, they all would be there. Yeah. I think that's everybody. Oh no, wait a minute. Every time I say right, I'll see something. Thank you from is that Dundon? Dundon? New Zealand. We love hearing from you. Well, thanks very much, Gail. Yep, got to disconnect. And oh, there's somebody else. Sherry, hi Karen, just adding to all those who have thanked you from New Zealand. I could listen to your lovely accent all day. I check every day for your latest readings. I'm going to try and do them more often, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's just I've been so busy just now. I'm kind of busy with something else just now, so obviously that's coming to an end. And I'll be able to spend more time on readings and everything in their lives. But I think a Friday at 11 for me. Oh God, I better go. It's now 22 in the morning. I think that's all right for me if it's all right for you. Because I wanted my first show to be for New Zealand and Australia. Because I just thought that you needed to know the build up and the the hand up. No, that doesn't sound nice. I better go, I'm tired. I lift up, that's what I was meaning to say. So anyway, I'll go before I make any more remarks, you know. Yep. I believe the tarot more than any source of truth, so thanks for what you give us. It turned off mainstream. So did I. When I say I turned it off, I still watch it sometimes because I've got to wonder what they're saying, because obviously if I'm going to try and wake up those who are tuned to the moon, I really need to know what the mainstream media is telling them, but obviously I know what to look out for, you know. And the programming's terrible. No wonder they call it television. It's pure programming, and it's always fear. It's now they're pushing, they're pushing, they're pushing the Ukraine. They're pushing something else, and if it's like say now it's the bird flu. It's always something. It's always something. Oh, there's Jeanette. Hi from New Zealand. Love your readings. Where the district health board's bride. That's a good one as well. I don't even need to do the reading. The answer's yes. Right. My handwriting's getting worse now because I'm tired. The hierarchy, Jeanette. The hierarchy. That's what it is. Thank you, Karen. Nope, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Barbara Joy Buchanan, that's a right Scottish name. We love hearing from you, but don't stress yourself trying to place it as you're following love. Love that laugh. Oh, thanks very much. Anyway, I'll go this time because I really am getting a wee bit tired. So I'll put that wee comment out. See, I'm getting tired. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Right. So in that wee community bit on YouTube, I'll put on when it is, when the new one, the new reading will go up, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day. It's now it's now 20 to 2. I better go, and I'd keep these here all day, but I don't want to do that. So anyway, thank you for making my first live a pleasure, okay? And obviously this is the time for New Zealand, okay? Like so we'll build a community and we'll lift each other up and we'll get through this. We'll get through this together, okay? And I'll go now. I really will go now, right? So see you later. Bye now.